Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Transport Fever 2. Coming at you with more of our Dedication Island series. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And boy, oh boy, do we have an action-packed episode planned for you today. In fact, right here in Druidville, we will have our very first goods delivered. We do hope, indeed. In our last episode, we got the plastic infrastructure down and ready to go over in here. And we got the infrastructure for Curryburg to produce the steel. And since that last episode, I have set up a few things. I made sure all the lines were set up to deliver the goods. I also did a little bit of tweaking to the roads here in Curryburg, as far as just adding in some more depth to how they're laid out and straightening some of them out to make a little bit more sense. I added in a terminal in here, and I made sure all the lines, like I said, were up and running. So we now have a very nice, smooth running right-hand turn only delivery of steel along this waterfront over to the train station, which I've also built. And I've got the beginnings of the track heading out. And so this is where we're at. We're ready to go. I also built a little bit of rail coming from Kinsho Taki's plastics factory up through this valley. And it's going to have to turn up into here, into Rangerton, which is, of course, where all of the action is going to take place. So, holy Nifton, what do we have here? Well, for one thing, we definitely have some maneuvering to do in here. These are definitely going to have to go. I'm also going to say that I think I'm going to say that this has to go as well. I don't want it to be that big. Like that, I guess. The plan is for the rail to come through here and get into there. What I really could do is maybe if I could smooth this out a little bit and see where our levels are at. Because I took the liberty of kind of leveling us off in here just so that we don't have any mistakes with the roads and stuff like that. So what I think I might actually do is start with the train station in Rangerton and then just build everything out from here. So let's go ahead and grab our cargo. It's going to be a through station, of course. We're going to get super long, so it's future proof. And it's going to have to be at least 4 big. We're going to have plastics coming from the north, steel coming from the south. Then we're also going to be distributing the goods, and there'll be a goods line going into Druidville. We'll also have a line heading towards this section down here, up towards Joshin and that. So there is at minimum of 4 that we're going to need. I think 4 is probably good. We shouldn't have any trouble extending beyond that if we need to. We can always make adjustments, but I think this is good. So what I need to do then is figure out exactly where this guy lives. I like the idea of him being parallel to the grid, which is in here. This is all parallel in here, right? Yeah, so, or somewhat parallel anyway. So let's go ahead and make sure that this guy is as parallel as he's going to get. That's a tricky one. I can't see. It's hard to tell. I think that's as parallel as it's going to get there. Let's just call that good. And then we want to have it so that we could set it a bit further back because we only have one line coming in from this northern direction, and that's the plastics coming in. And so the lines on the inside don't have to be able to get past this here. It's just lines on the outside. So if we make it a little bit closer here, it buys us a bit more space. That being said, I don't necessarily know if we need a ton more space. If anything, we could probably just use a little bit more here. Give ourselves some options. Let's get it out here a bit further. We're good there. I'm going to say we're good there, yeah. And I think I would like it to be down this way a bit more. I don't want it to be too far down though, because we have to make some sharp turns coming to the south. I think I'll go like this. Set it and forget it. I could have gone further down this way, but that means we would have been starting our lines here, and we've got some turns to make here I don't want to have to wait all day on. Although long term, I'm not sure. What I'm probably going to do long term is I'm going to I'll probably have this not be here. I don't know. Because this is probably going to be, this would be a busy road long term, and I don't want cars getting backed up on this train station here. So long, I'm gonna have to definitely do something about this. I don't know exactly what it'll be, if it'll go underneath, or it's too close for comfort here. I'm gonna leave that as a problem for another time. Let's go in here and do some configuring. And I'm gonna get rid of this stuff here because I want a big old fat cargo station. Perfect. There we go. And I'm not going to put them all in right now. I'm just going to flank it so that we are happy. I'm going to put a... Do I want a large road on that? I have two large... I put a second large road in here. And I got one here. There's likely going to be another one somewhere in here. Maybe here. So maybe I do have one here. Make my life a little bit easier. Yeah, I think I am. Because we're probably going to have... I might end up just using some of this area for cargo. It's hard to say exactly what we're going to need. So let's just put the road in. I think I might have had it the first time pretty good. That's pretty good there. Like that. Might even, wow, it's gonna make an ugly looking thing there. That's fine. All of this right here is gonna have to be completely rethought at some point. It's as simple as that. Nice intersection there. I'm gonna pull this back. Bring this road all the way down just so that we're happy. Then we have to make decisions on where the factories will live. Long term, we'll need, like in most cases, we're going to probably need up to 4 factories, because when these cities get really, really big, they're going to want somewhere between 300 and 400 of each product. And that means 4 cities, so they're each going to basically need their own product, creating what they need. So here is the goods factory way down here, and they are quite large. So my thought was, we're going to want some along the back here, but we also might end up putting at least one here. Down in here, the industrial area is obviously growing through here and all the way down into here, and then maybe we have it cross and it can build around it out here eventually. But the long-term idea would be for the factories to live like this. Now, what we'll want to do is line these up, but what we have to do is I got to configure this. So here's what I'm going to do. Configure cargo, and I'm going to stick down one of these guys here. And I'm going to put it just to this side of the center, okay? Like somewhere, let's say in here. That way I can see the access point, all right? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the factory, and I'm going to... So now I know I need to make it so that not counting the road, but just where the actual factory is, because I'm going to delete the road. And then just line it up with this, so you can kind of see that line, right? Because I don't want, so the row will be deleted and this stuff will line up. So I essentially want it right here. And of course I also want it so that I can put 2 on the length of the factory, which means we're going to come right down to the edge because the middle is basically the length of the factory. So we're going to have it at the edge of that and build it something like that. And then when I delete the road, I should be able to add in a building right here. And it lines up perfectly. There we go. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about taking the time to set them all up to make it look nice and pretty, because that's just another thing we can do another time. But there is the start of goods manufactory right there. That way the products come in, immediately drop off to here, and then when it's built, it immediately comes back on. So you don't have to actually any transfer, which is fantastic. Works really, really well. I like it. So then it's just about the rail. So let's go ahead and start putting down that rail. So here's tracks. Let's go north. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the outside here to head up, and then the inside tracks can be the ones that start heading south, I think. Yeah. So, like that. Cargo. Yeah. So it's going to be, in order, plastics on this line closest here. This line here will be goods to here. This line here will be the steel coming in, and then the inside most line will be the one that turns in there, as far as how the tracks are going to line up, essentially. So this here, we need tracks going out of here. I kind of want to make this level and don't worry about how this looks now, because that'll be adjusted, like I said, which is going to do crazy things to the roads. But like I said, long term, that is going to be adjusted. If anything, I would say I might actually have this kind of lift up and over. So keep it low down here. So level and low, like that. And do our like that. And then again, like I said, we have to go from here into there. So let's go a little bit further straight. We know that we're going to be in a tunnel. Nice and level. Let's head to there. And then that feels pretty smooth. I might actually back this off a couple of notches. To there. And then now let's see how that track feels. Let's go inside lanes. And like that. That feels pretty smooth. Definitely feel like I can get some high speeds coming through here when we get to the high speed rail. Doesn't feel too sharp at all. And we're coming out, so it's a pretty long tunnel, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. We stayed above here. We just got the one tunnel coming out. There and in here. That's good. Like that. And then let's line up the other rail. Where are we? Here we are. Bingo. And let's quickly throw our signals down. Another set there. Another set. Let's say another set there, and then either side of the tracks. And that's good. I like it. I could use another set in here, actually. Not that I'm going to have so many trains on this track that I need that much, but just trying to be consistent. So now we need tracks coming out of this way. And what I'd like to do is start by just sending straight tracks out here like this. And I like to be at least the distance that it takes to do the normal crossover, which is right here. I don't want to go too far out here before I start to make the turn. So let's just go with these ones here. I'm going to go just past that point before the turn starts. And again, it's just going to be like this to here, this to here. And then we're going to start to make that turn. And that's coming up into here and then turning up into there. So let's go ahead and take the inside line and make it as smooth and gradual as possible. We can skim basically along the top of these farms. Now, here's the thing though. What I'd like to do is kind of be aiming at this, and then we come in, aim at this area, and then it turns up here and down here, which is kind of a long trek to get to. That is quite the sharp turn. It's max speed now, but once we go to high speed, it's not going to be able to go like the 300 or whatever. But that's kind of the best we can do. And like I said, I kind of want to be pointing in this direction, because what I actually need to do is continue to turn into here at some point eventually. Whereas this one here will come to here and turn down into there. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't want it to be too sharp. I'm going to go ahead and put it like this. Yep. Let's go like that. And again, this is the inside line, so then we need to get to here. Like that's a much nicer gradual turn there. What I could do is just buy a little bit of straight time in here. So if I were to come straight out just for a moment, and then that way I have a little stretch where I can do my diversion off here, where I'm not diverting off of a crooked track, basically. And then make the turn up into here. Like that. Still nice and gradual. There we go. And comes up into there. Perfect. So I like the line. Let's just match it up with this. Come around to here. Like that. And come into here like that. And again, like I said, I'm not going to do it Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck just happened right there? Uh... I don't know how that could happen. I don't know. Like yeah, these tracks are both should be perfect. I don't know what I clicked there to make that. How I did that, but anyway, it's fixed now. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to build today because we're not sending goods into Sheplin and Joshua today, but that'll be a future episode. But we have a bit of a straight stretch here, so we can basically divert off and turn up into there. And then the line will basically go right through there. In like that. And around like that. So that's that. And then in here, on this rail line here, let's take the this outside line here. And let's come down and try to create a crossover. Let me see. That should work pretty well. Let's see. It's coming out of here. Collision. So it doesn't like the angle. So it's too straight, basically. Okay. So I'd have to start it back here on a bit more of a crooked part of the track, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's going to have to be what I do. What I don't want is for this to be bending back if I can get away with it. So if that means a bit of a sharper turn up here, if I come straight out of here to there, I basically want to be able to do the crossover in there. That looks pretty good there. But I don't think I'm getting it over here, am I? No. At what point does it allow me... Wait, wasn't I getting a... Ah! I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with this, ladies and gentlemen. Because... if I come down in here... maybe if I start it down here. Yeah, if you start it on the track, you're much better off. It's still a bit of a curve. And that's when I started here. So let's start right like here. And see if we get lucky. No, it doesn't want to give me that. Well, it's not going to be perfect, so let's not fret over it for too long. That is just a minor bend backwards. Let's go ahead and throw that in for a second. Yeah, that's not bad. That's just a little bit of a diversion that way. I can live with that 100%. So let's slide in here like this. And come on to here. Like that. And then let's get some signals in. So coming in here. Coming in there. Coming in there. Let's go ahead and throw that down. And we're going to want definitely more signals than we've currently got. Because we're going to have both the bread line coming to this here. as well the goods coming in. So that should be good like that. And then just go like that. Head up through here. With more signals. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. More signals. And finally, more signals. Like that. And then in here, I'm also going to need some signals, obviously. Like that. And moving along in here. Like that. Like that. Almost there. And at this point, when we're done these signals, we should have all of the plastic and steel infrastructure required to put some stuff on the lines. Start producing the goods. So we should, unless I have missed something along the way, be able to implement all the things required. Oh, you know, actually I haven't, I got it. I missed one thing. I need to be able to deliver the goods into the city itself. So let's go ahead and throw down a cargo building. We'll just go with the regular size guy. Opposite this. And do the usual setup. And what I'm going to do is just, this is kind of going to be probably a temporary job because I don't know exactly how I'm going to set up the other food plants. Like eventually I could probably have one in here and then potentially a couple in here or something like that, or maybe one up in here. I don't know. I want to save some space up in here for the industrial to grow out of the city because it's pretty log jam tight in here. There's not a lot of space. So we'll leave that for that. But at this point, let's just go ahead and throw down a road. Like this. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay. And let's come down here straight for as long as we can and then turn into that. Like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to set up a cargo building. Could I get it in here? No, I don't think so. It's not going to fit in there. Let me set it up. Just at the edge here, like that. For now, that'll do the trick. And then somewhere in here, in the vicinity of where the commercial is, I want long term for the commercial to probably jet down into here a little bit, and then the residential to go around it, and then the commercial to come up into this area, and then squeeze across this straight with the residential as it grows. But for now, let's go ahead and say that we need to reach to here, like that, and then down to here. So let's turn that off so we can actually see a lot better because that white is very annoying. And this is a drop-off point, so we don't need it to be big like that. And then it looks like if we're in this vicinity, we can reach this. And we can reach there. So it's kind of got to be right in here, which means something's got to give. What I can actually do is... It'd be nice to reach all of this. If I were to put it like this, it pretty much gets everything down there. And then it definitely gets all the way down there. If I put it like this, In the back, it does better down there. And still gets the job done there. What if I put it like right here? Just like that. Let me bulldoze this out. And let me smooth that just so that when it goes in I can see easier what I'm looking at. Whoops, I've hit a wrong button. So yeah, this is pretty good. I have the connection to the street out to the right there, so that's going to help go up there. And then when I click that down, it reaches all the way up into here, so I can have the commercial reach there, and it definitely reaches all the way down into here, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, so we have to set up 3 more lines. We got a new line here going from there to there, and that is going to be plastics, which is, we'll call it purple, so we'll call it like, we'll call it that color there, I suppose. And that is going to be freight plastics to goods factory. Like that. And then we need another line over here. Go like this into here. And that is steel. We're going to use these darker, the darker version of these blues down here. So let's go there. And that is going to be called freight as well, obviously. And it's going to be steel to goods factory, like that. And now we have goods produced, so we can then create one more new line here going from there to here, and that is goods being delivered. Goods are kind of a tough color, we'll call it that color there, and that is freight goods to Druidville. And one final line is the delivery, like this, and go here to here. And that is brown, like that. And we have got a nice dark brown there, like that. And so that is this here, and we're going to go, well, that's called delivery. So delivery of goods to Druidville. Like that. So the goods will come in here, get dropped off there, transported there, and we're good to go. So now all we have to do is put vehicles of different shapes and sizes and types on all the lines. And hopefully, at the end of the day, goods shall be delivered. So let's start in the north, and let's start. Did I actually put some vehicles on these lines? I don't think so. No. So let me click on here, buy vehicles, cargo. Our best one is this one, of course. Let me go ahead and buy like 5 of them to start. And that's going to go on cargo. Let's see, crude to crude rail depot. There we go. Then, oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I need, where can I put that? Let's put it in here. Let's put it right in here, like that. Might have to put in a couple of these, actually. In fact, I'm almost certain we'll have to put in at least a couple. Go like that. And we'll have the, sorry, wrong one, like this, tracks like that, come out of here and cross over into there. Signals like that. And we're good to go. Go like that as well, I guess. Then come in here, we need to purchase vehicles, and it's going to be decisions about what we're going to use. This SCH is rather new. Quite similar to the OB. I've been using this stuff up in here. I think for now, it's just a pretty simple route. I'm going to go ahead and get, I might only need one train to start with, but let's start with one train, obviously. And then we'll go, what's our cargoes are capable of 80 kilometers an hour now. So now in this short stretch, I don't think we're going to get to 80 kilometers an hour either way, but that is important to keep in mind as far as the stuff that we're using. So the 64 kilometers an hour with the 300 is pretty much the choice, I think, at this point. A lot more power down here, but significantly more expensive. And I don't think there's a whole lot of extra value in adding the stronger locos. So let's go ahead and do this. We need, what does these carry? 12? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets us 96 capacity. That's pretty good. If we had a couple of those going, I'd say that's a pretty good start. Let's go ahead and stick one of those on there. And that's going to go on a freight line. That is crude to Morphus refineries. Like that. And then we need, actually I'm going to let this actually run just so that stuff can get off, because I actually need to put another train out of the same place on a different line altogether. And that is a steam train, a little bit longer, but I think I'm just going to go with this and go like that. And again, cargo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might have up to 3 of these, but we'll keep with the same size. And this is going to go on the refined to plastics factory. Like that. We've already got crude showing up here, which is good. Of course, actually, I forgot about that. There's one here. So we've got actually crude being delivered from here eventually, but we have crude coming in here as well. So that'll be, we'll be set up nicely for some expansion of goods to Shepland and Joshland here very quickly. Then what I need to do is I need to figure out where else we can put trains on the track, because I need a train down here. What I think I might do actually is put one right here. I'm going to put one right here that has access to both, and then we can get trains on all the lines in this area. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and put down another building here. And it's going to go something like this. And let's grab the tracks out of here. And we'll start by going to there. Like that. And of course this needs to be a double switch. And I don't know if I made this one a double switch over here. Let me just double check. Here, yes. This should be good. And then we come back to the track, and once again we want to go like that. Make a nice smooth line into here. Like that. Double switch that. And that looks pretty good, I would say, overall. A little bit of weird bumps we can get rid of with some smooth tool. Like that. And I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah, okay. So let's just get some signals, and we'll want... Oh, you know what? Ooh. That's not good at all. I just noticed that, in fact, it's bad on both sides. Delete, 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 delete. I'm actually going to delete this as well. We're going to start this all over and do it right. Because it looks terrible. Like that. Like that. And then I'm going to go in like this. That. What we want to do is make sure... I'm not sure... I obviously didn't come straight out of there. Because these aren't on exactly the same levels. I might go back and fix all that, but I'm not going to worry about it right now because I just have too much to do before the end of this episode. So let's go ahead and throw down this again. Like that. And get... In fact, I probably should have just done this as well in the next episode. Or before, in between episodes, because there's absolutely no need for this to have to be done here. Like this, and then again, like that. And those are obviously much nicer, smoother lines, like that. And let's set up the signals like that, like that. That'll do the trick. Now I need a vehicle. And this is going to deliver plastics. So cargo, plastics. I'm going to go with 12 because it's a pretty long route. I'm going to go with 12. And that goes on the freight plastics to goods factory line. So that is here into there. And now I need another vehicle for steel. I'm going to continue to use this one, I think, for now. And cargo is going to be this for the steel. So I'm going to go with 12 again. 4, 4, and 4. And that is on the steel to goods factory. And then finally, I'm going to go with one more here, which is going to be this again. And it's going to be the delivery of the goods. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to go with 8 of the final goods, I think, there. So that means we purchase that. And that goes on the goods to Druidville freight. And let me just double check the lines are in the right spots. That's good there. That's good there. That's good there. Everything was good. There we go. Excellent. And then the last thing that we need to do is purchase some vehicles down in here. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to put down another cargo. I'm just going to put one of these down in here so that they don't have to travel all the way out here to get that. So I'm going to go buy vehicles. Let me get 5 on the cargo line taking coal to Coal Depot. Let me get 10 going on the line Coal Depot to Steel Mill, although that'll probably have to be like triple that. And then let me come down here and buy 5 sending stuff from iron to Iron Depot. And let's go with 10 going from Iron Depot to Steel Mill. And then let's go with another 10 going from the Steel Mill to train. And that should be everything. That is coal coming to here. Yep. And iron coming to here. Steel going to here. Steel being delivered. We can, if we could just hit the speed up button here. And by speed up button, I mean the fast forward button, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we have iron implementing here. We have coal implementing here. Whoa and whoa. Okay, they do have coal on board. I was gonna say, I thought maybe they'd come out and skipped, but they came out and coming in here. Okay, good. These guys are grabbing coal to come here. And again, this is actually, I actually probably don't even need this part or this part to get going, obviously, because there's enough coal out of this and this to make enough steel to produce the goods for Druidville out of the gate. But we get it all up and running so that in the next episode, assuming it's the next episode, maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, but it'll be very soon, we're going to extend this line out to here, and Sheplin and Jocelyn will both need goods as well, at which point we are going to need all the steel and coal, or sorry, the coal and iron that we're going to be able to have get our hands on. So those guys are going there. I'm going to go ahead and say those guys have all taken off. I'm going to go ahead and buy 10 more for the coal depot to steel mill. I think at the very least for this track here, we're going to need steel. I did consider setting up a train line in here and zipping it down in, but it's such a short distance. And I know right now, because we have crappy vehicles, because it's 1907, that we're going to need a ton of vehicles doing this. But long term, when we get even like to the man in the 50s or 60s and stuff like that, we're not going to have nearly as many vehicles. And that is this is certainly a reasonable stretch of land, or stretch of road, I should say, to be covered to deliver goods. We have an improved. Ooh, that sounds good. We're going to be able to upgrade these bad boys. Now, one thing I can do while I'm waiting, we just have a couple minutes left in the episode, folks, I promise. While we are waiting, I wanted to do something I noticed when I was setting up here. I'm going to let this kind of run, and then hopefully while I'm not paying attention, goods will be delivered, and we'll go check it out, and we'll be all happy about it. What I'm going to do is, I would like to configure this station right here. And what I'd like to do is actually add on stations out this way. Won't let me do that, eh? I'm just trying to think of exactly how I want to do this. Can I get road access here? Yeah, I can. I'm trying to think, because what I would like to do is actually, I have this station here, and I'd like to get rid of it. This is delivering tools into Curryburg. And what I'd like to do is the commercial area, which needs the goods, I would like to deliver from here. And that's going to, as long as I can create some access out here, I can basically, I would like to make this be the border for the goods, if you will. So any goods on this side is persona non grata, if you will. And so this right here would be the goods all the way down here. And then it could perhaps stretch up into here and then across over here. So that's kind of the line of demarcation, if you will. So what I'd like to do is, I don't think this station is actually configured in a manner which would allow me to, because what I need to do is have this station touch this road, and I don't think it is currently. So what I'm going to do is I might actually rebuild this station which is going to be a whole process. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now. When we come back the next time, I'm going to rebuild this station and make it so that moving this cargo to here will cover this, because it's not currently doing that. It's not covering to here. And the reason why is because it has to come out the back out here. But if it comes into here and we set up a road network like we have here, there's no reason why it shouldn't be able to have access to up into here. I'm pretty sure that'll meet pretty easily. Because you can already see it's getting to here, right? It just needs to get to here. And instead of being here, if it's coming out here somewhere. So I'm going to reconfigure that to make that work. And then we're good. So, let's see. Are we delivering steel? Sure looks like it. The big question becomes this guy. He did get a little steel. Another question. Did we get plastics yet? We have been given plastics. You know what that means, don't you? You know what? Pause. This guy here, I'm going to stop. And we're going to turn it back on. Because this guy's the guy delivering the goods, right? Yeah. So this guy, when he stops, means we're going to be able to make goods. So if we have some goods made, they should... No! Why didn't you drop them off? You made some goods. Oh no, what did you do, game? We needed to deliver the goods. We needed to deliver the goods. No. Why have you forsaken me? We've consumed these to produce goods. 13 produced goods. But it didn't allocate them to be shipped. Oh, that would have been so nice. Come on, baby. Get out of here. Let's go. Then, the problem is I don't think we're going to get more steel delivered before he comes back. So it's 13 goods that haven't actually been allocated. Fair amount of steel here. And a fair amount of plastic here. Not too shabby. This guy's actually picked up 67. So the plastic's really going nice. And the steel's going pretty good. It's just a matter of allocating for shipment. This guy's coming with more steel. And I know this video is getting long too. We're at 53 minutes. And it's just not going to pick them up. They haven't allocated them yet. Well, you know what? It's very disappointing, but the game has forsaken us, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, I'm going to leave it right there. We are producing goods. We just need to get them delivered. I don't want to make this video. I'm trying to get these videos into the 40s, but there's so much to do. What can you say? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I've really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed setting up all these production facilities and infrastructure to bring us the goods manufacturing. And I'm looking forward to getting them distributed to all the cities. So please join me next time when we do more. Don't forget, like the video. It means a lot. Comments down below. The YouTube algorithm loves those, so make sure you leave some comments, whatever it is. Suggestions, just tell me how much you love me or hate me. I don't even care. Just put some comments down there. And we'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.